I feel like sometimes some people tend to be a little bit more shy because they don't know the environment, they don't know what to expect. However, if challenges come your way, don't be afraid to accept them because you'll never know how much you'll actually excel.
The supervisors, they're like, I'm not going to expect you to do much today. It wasn't like, it's day one, get your Excel open, we're going.
It's better to be overdressed than to be underdressed. So on my very first day, I was 100% overdressed. So definitely fill out the environment. Most places are a little bit more casual. However, you will still have those businesses that dress in suit and ties every single day.
Like, people are generally accepting and they know that you're just the co-op student. Everybody's used to having a co-op student that is a bit of a fish out of water the first couple of days.
It's generally just not a good idea. You want to be present at work and you want to try and get as much done as you can.
So I would be on my cell phone, but it would not be for personal use. It would be for work, and I would be in touch with my other colleague.
I mean, personally, social media isn't best practice for employees to be doing on company time. If there was something I ever really felt the need to check, I'd try and save it for my breaks or my lunch.
Well, I think a good idea to start is to gauge what your supervisors and your coworkers are doing. Like, if everybody comes in at 7, maybe it's a good idea to come in at 7. For the most part, it was generally between 12 and 1, but that would change depending on, like, let's say you had a very long meeting from 11 to 1. Everybody would understand that there was this long meeting, so everybody would just take a lunch break at 1. But generally, it's 45-minute lunch unless you talk to your supervisor beforehand and you say, I'm going to take an hour in a lunch today or an hour and a half because we want to walk to this restaurant over there for a special occasion. One occasion in which I was potentially late because we had to go do environmental sampling. The traffic, I wasn't expecting it, so I was a little bit late, but you know, I had the person that was going to be there, that was supervising at the time, I had her phone number, so I just texted her like, oh hey Kate, probably going to be late today. Yeah. 7.5 hours a day, unless you want to bank time, which is I put in 9 hours a day. So tomorrow, the next day, I can only come in for 6. But you got to tell your supervisor.
I would say every day I did overtime, even from the start, maybe like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, not too much, you know.
I had to do a lot of overtime for certain specific projects with very specific deadlines, and I would ask my supervisor prior authorization. That way I have the authorization to work that overtime, and I would explain what I need the hours for and which project they were going for.
What I did was I would try and learn some things. So I would go and talk to the other employees in my department and ask them if they had any reading material or like old project documents that I could kind of read through, catch up on, understand the processes. I am in mechanical, and I did work with Hydro One, a mainly electrical-based company. I spent a lot of time kind of digging into the electrical side of things that I don't necessarily get exposed to. And that was just a way that I was able to use my spare time. I did try and take a couple vacation days. My manager was really great. I talked with him beforehand about it, and I kind of explained, hey, I have some plans going on. I'm gonna need to take this Friday and this Monday. And he would be fine with it as long as I was able to get all my things done. For me personally, if I was starting to feel sick, I'd try and discuss it with my manager either the night before or even the morning of. I'd try and give him a quick text or call and ask him if it's all right if I stayed home.
You definitely want to have your time off. You know, spend time with your family or do something that you like.
So while I was at Hydro One, one of the best things that happened to me was the co-op committee. Definitely upped the fun factor at work. I was able to participate and create events for other co-ops, which allowed us to meet outside of work.
At Honda, there's it's called a Velocity Motorsport team, and we volunteer our time after work to work on a production race car and do all these modifications to it and test the limits for the cars. And that's what I find, what I look forward to after work.
It's really good to join clubs or teams or anything that they have going on.
It doesn't hurt to reach out to even not your supervisor, but co-workers or other co-op students. Just expand your communication pool a little bit.
I definitely made use of LinkedIn, and still to this day I have people on LinkedIn that I communicate with. You simply say, hey, I have this LinkedIn, can I connect with you? And they're more than happy to, and that's a way of staying connected even though you're away from your job. A lot of the engineers are more than willing to teach you. Even though it's a fundamental question, knowing those fundamentals, a lot of people really appreciate. So if you are to ask, they're more than happy to teach you.
If I ever had a concern, that's definitely something I would have brought up with my manager. We had a very open relationship, so we could communicate very well. He was available very often, so I could kind of just send him a text or give him a quick call, and he was very helpful.
To all of you that are starting,
Well, congratulations, first of all.
Good luck, interns.
Good luck, students.
Good luck, everybody.
Best of luck.
good luck and make sure that you have fun.